Hi, this is Norris, and this is from the judges box number 2. And what we have coming up is actually really, really fun. This is a gaited horse. It is Tamra Steinbrecher on Wicked Wolf, also known as Timber. And this is a Tennessee Walker. So this is going to be super cool because in the test down here, when it says proceed, collect, to jog, this horse is going to be in his intermediate gait, which is for Western dressage known as the saddle gait. And it's a variation of the walk that these horses do, which is fascinating. So anyway, this is the first 3 movements of second level test 1. And of course, this was at the Worlds last year, so it's super cool. And we're going to have a look at this. So here we go. And she's just about to enter. So we're looking right here, and I'm sorry, I know this is backwards, but it was just, that was what we could get for a tape. And Tammy asked me if it was real good quality, could we use it? And I said, yes. She's pretty good on the center line. The horse is just a little bit, you can see it was just a little bit shoulder right there, but still it's a pretty square halt. She had an elegant salute and she moved off pretty straight. One of the things that's really cool here is when you look at something like this is judges are looking between the 2 letters and they're looking to see that the horse covers the letter, in front of them or behind them. She did a pretty good job of staying right on that line. He is now bending a little bit left. You can see that by right here, the 2 metal pieces on her butt. Like she is beginning the turn. She's putting some twist into the saddle right there. And she's almost at G. And she's preparing for this left-hand turn because this horse is going to go left. I would be amazed if this hadn't marked very, very well. This looks, I'm thinking from the front that slight little bit of that right foot being out in the front, from the front, I don't think you saw that. We saw it because we're behind, but from the front, I don't think that showed. So I'm thinking that's got to be at least a 7.58 on the center line, or possibly higher, because that judge is right in front of her. And she did an awesome job of, she saluted. Let's back that up and say, you know me, I just love to look at the salutes. So here she is. She's halted really well. She's there and she hesitates, gets her horse settled. You don't want to salute. That's a really nice, elegant salute. You don't want to salute while your horse is moving. You want immobility. So nice move off. I'm thinking this is a big score, 7.58, something even better. There was just one tiny little dip. I don't know if you saw it. His shoulders went just the tiniest little bit to the right before she went left. Let me just pull that back, and here we go. Right there. Yeah, I mean, that's so tiny. I don't even think the judge saw a deduction. So here comes a 10-meter circle. He could be a little bit rounder, and right there, he lost some rhythm. We're going to back that up. So the amazing thing was that I would happen to be in the warm-up because I was coaching her, and the next 3 or 4 horses on this 10-meter circle in this test all tripped or lost their balance in this 10-meter circle. There must have been a divot in there that day because people had trouble with this 10-meter circle. It was something wrong with the footing for sure. So anyway, but he's going to lose his balance, and you're going to see that there's a slight loss of irregularity when he gets around there on his circle. Let's back him up. Okay, here we go. Here he comes. So steady, 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 steady. And then it just looked like limp, or like he was going to take a canter step. So let's stop him. So that's really interesting when a horse is in its saddle gait. And it's just like a jog horse. Like he lost his balance. He looked like he might lope for a second, or he became unbalanced and braced a little bit in the bridle. Luckily, he didn't break. So that kind of a mark at level 2, I'm thinking, I think the judge is going to think, and let's just look at the size of the circle, but I thought the circle size was great. She did not go over the center line. The outside stirrup just wants to run over the center line. She does not want to bisect the line, because if she puts that horse halfway over the line, she's over. So I'm thinking they're going to say, like the geometry, like the shape of the circle, all that kind of thing. Yeah, right there. she just barely touches the line. So this is a perfect shape of circle and the perfect size circle, and the horse stayed pretty much on the bit. So you had this irregularity in there with the rhythm. So I'm thinking it was a 5-5 or a 6. You know, I don't remember what her test said, but the judge is going to make a slight mark down for that problem because losing clarity of gait is always a problem. But it was amazing. That was a problematic area in that ring that day. We had people tripping, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know, it was just rough there. Okay, here comes the shoulder in, which is mark 3. HE shoulder in. She turns the corner, and we get some videos here, so we're just going to stop that. Oh my gosh, nice. So he's in clearly in 3 tracks. We have some lateral pole flexion. We have a rider in the middle. She looks even. You can see her outside legs back, her inside legs forward, which is correct. Oh, you know, looking nice. I'm thinking this is good, pretty steady. Had a slight loss of balance right there, just a half of a step in a little bit, no big deal. And then he goes across the diagonal here. So he's supposed to go E to, what does that say, F on the change rein. He's nice and straight. He's super steady. Yeah, there he is, nice and straight. This is side 2. You can see this saddle gate, which is really cool. And here he comes through the corner. And you can see that saddle gate, which is super cool. You know, it's really fun when you get your eye used to seeing gaited horses. I'm just going to bring her back and let it run while we talk. So that shoulder in, you know, and I'm just going to let this run while I talk because you guys can get used to looking at saddle gate. But that was a nice shoulder in. We were looking at it from the front. It's always really fun to judge them from the front. They look good from the front. Hers did look good from the front. It looked correct. Judging that myself would be on 7.58. You know, there was a tiny little loss of balance towards the end, but it was so small. Everything else was good, and he steps directly into it. So this was all a really fun thing to see, and it worked out that it was from the back. If you do have a videotape, that it has to be directly either from A or C for you to send us a video to evaluate. But yeah, see her step right into that shoulder in. Nice full flexion, shoulders good. Just a little slight loss of balance there. He just stepped a half of hoof print in. But still okay, and stayed on the bit, still in the same tempo. And this is what the saddle gate looks like. And the horse is on the bit, and they can do all of this stuff, which is really cool. Let's stop the rider right there. You know, when they're going by like this is when we're looking at them. We'll just stop her right there. Now we have a chance to look at the rider's alignment when we're sort of between movements and they're going by side to us. And, you know, she's pretty good. I mean, I'd like to see her just a little bit straighter through here, but, you know, I'm not young either, and that's a hard area for me to hold straight now and flat. It's not easy. That to get this part of your back flat, it really means that you have to open your clavicle area. You can't lift your sternum. You can't pull your head back and get this done. You can't lean back and get that flat. The only thing you can do is open your clavicles to flatten that. If you do anything else, you will affect this balance. I do say to her, her hat, she has a tendency, she looks up great, but she carries her nose a little above level, and that would straighten her neck and flatten this a little bit if she rode with her chin just a little lower. Her hands are low. They're elastic. There is some bend in the elbow. I have the feeling right here that her hands could be a little bit closer together, but in general, this is very good rider alignment, and this horse is really a general, you know, he's moving actively, and other than his one little bobble down there, was very active. So rider alignment and things, you're feeling like this rider's position is pretty good. Her aids were really quiet for like her center line. It was really quiet for the shoulder in. So I'm thinking her rider score at the end is going to be pretty good for her equitation. Okay, well, thank you. Send us some clips and we'll have fun evaluating you, and send questions if you have them with you, or whatever. join in, and we'd love to have you. Until next time, thanks. This is Ida. Bye.